It's honestly so hot in here and I don't want to turn on the air conditioner because it's so loud and it's just gonna go whoosh. Hey guys, it's Angelica. Welcome to a new video. If you've followed me for a while, y'all know that I have been gone for quite some time. And if you want to know like the details, just a brief description of why I was gone, and if you're curious, I will link my blog post down below since I have a lot of favorites to talk about and it's going to be a long video since I have been gone for almost an entire year. So let's get started with my favorites. So to begin this favorites video, I'm going to start with shower products and then face makeup, and then we'll just go to an order. So hopefully this won't be like jumbled all together. So I'm going to try to keep it organized, I guess. So first, shower things for my hair. These have been my favorite for my hair. This one right here is called Everyday Hair. I'm not really sure about the brand. I think, or the brand is called Everyone Hair. I'm not sure if that's the brand or if it's just a generic brand from my grocery store. I like this a lot because it has tea tree, and I basically bought it because it says find your balance with quinoa, protein, tea tree, and love. The part that said love really got to me, so I'm like, oh, that's such a cute little description. So I bought it, and surprisingly I really liked it. I basically use this kind of like a cleansing shampoo. I don't use this every day. I wash my hair every day, but I use this every other day because I feel like it's very cleansing. I know Neutrogena makes one, but I hate the smell of that one, so I use this one and I think it works really well and it's fairly inexpensive. And the next one is my favorite conditioner. This one is the OGX Organics an Oil of Morocco. I only use the conditioner. I don't like the shampoo because it makes my scalp greasy. So this one, and what's good about this too, they just started making, I guess, in a bigger bottle. I put it on my Insta story because this is my favorite. It used to come in this size, but now it comes in this much bigger size. It's 50% more and it's the same price. This has been the conditioner that I've been repurchasing over and over again because I really like it. I like the smell. I like that it doesn't wear my hair down and it conditions my hair without making my hair greasy. Over the past few months, I've been using my usual favorites, the Clinique Stay Matte and the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous foundation. As far as some new items that I've tried out that kind of stood out from the bunch, I have one from Lottie London, and it's their Selfie Ready foundation. I have them in two shades because I had soft sand before the beginning of summer, so I was a little bit paler, and now I have Amber Honey, which is a little bit darker. I really like this foundation. It's a water-based foundation, medium coverage. I wouldn't say it's full coverage right off the bat, but it actually layers really nicely. And what I really like about this is that it's very oil skin friendly. If you have oily skin, this probably will work out for you. I'm not sure if it would work out for people who have drier skin. I feel like it's more of a matte finish. That's why I really like this, and the staying power is excellent. And for a foundation that costs $7.99, I think it's a really awesome foundation. Another foundation that I liked is a liquid coverage foundation from Catrice. I found this at Ulta. The only thing is with this line of foundation, there's not a lot of darker shades. I believe this is the darkest shade that they carried, and it's nowhere near close to my skin tone. So to make this foundation work, I've been using the Fiona Styles Matte Finish Foundation. For a foundation that has the name matte finish, I wouldn't say it's matte finish. I feel like it's slightly luminous for a foundation that claims to be matte finish, but this shade is really dark for me. And mixing it with a Catrice foundation, it kind of gives it the perfect balance and color. The Catrice foundation is very matte, so I'm not sure if this would be ideal for a person who has drier skin, but I have oily skin, so it works out for me. And the Fiona Styles foundation is a little too greasy for me, even though it's a matte finish foundation, but with the combination, the Catrice foundation kind of cancels out the greasiness of the Fiona Styles foundation, so I like this combo a lot. What I feel like about the Fiona Styles foundation is the finish is very skin-like. It doesn't have a good staying power, but with the combination with the Catrice foundation, when I mix it, it makes it last a little bit longer and it keeps it a little bit more matte. So this is a good combo right here. As far as setting sprays, my Smashbox Primer Water has been my holy grail. It's really nice. I love that it's silicone, oil-free, and all that good stuff. I've never had a problem with it. I just love it to prime my face before I apply my foundation. I never really use it to set my makeup. I don't like setting my makeup because I feel like it makes me greasier faster. I don't know. Maybe that's just my mentality because I feel like my skin is just super greasy. Tried 2 other setting sprays that's from the drugstore that people have raved about. First one is the Catrice Prime and Fine spray. The price, it's for $8. It's a little bit small compared to the Milani one. I believe they are the same price, and you get 2 fluid ounces with the Milani, and then this one you get 1.6. The only thing that I don't like about these 2 compared to my Smashbox Primer Water is that there's some alcohol in it, and alcohol can be a little bit drying on your skin, especially as if you use it as kind of like a priming spray. The Milani make it last a little bit stronger, so it's a little bit tinglier, and then if you have some skin sensitivity, you might even find it a little bit burning. When I used this, my skin felt a little bit of a burn. A lot of people like this. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I just wanted to throw that out there that I tried it out. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm going to continue to use it, and it has a really nice spray because it just sprays really nicely, and then the little nozzle doesn't give you like clumps of spray when you spray on your face. So now moving on to concealers, I have 3 right here that I've loved for the past few months. First one is the Tarte Shape Tape. I have the Shape Tape. I have 3 of these. I have 2 of the shade medium and then 1 in tan. I use tan sometimes when I'm being lazy and I don't feel like putting foundation all over my face. I would just want to spot conceal certain areas of my face and then put a face powder on because it's very, very full coverage. Like, this stuff is potent. I've been hooked on this concealer. It's so good. I've been trying to find like a good dupe for it as far as a cheaper alternative. I would say these are pretty close. I wouldn't say they're that potent compared to the Tarte Shape Tape. The first one right here is the Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer. I have it in the shade 113. I like this one because it's very, very lightweight for a concealer that is very full coverage. I'm not one to like slather on concealer on my face. I feel like it's just not for every day. I don't think it's necessary, especially with that concealer. I literally put 1 or 2 dots per eye and I'm good to go because that 1 or 2 dots will go a long way with that concealer. But this one I feel like I use a little bit more, but this is only $5.99 at BH Cosmetics, and it's I really like how lightweight it is and for how much coverage it actually gives you. That's why I really love this concealer. Here is the Ulta Full Coverage Concealer. This one is so awesome. 3 shades of these, and I have doubles for them, for one for my makeup bag and one for my vanity, so that like I don't, you know, lose them. So I have one here and one over there. Medium warm underneath my eyes. I like that it's warm toned. It's yellow enough, but it's not too yellow where it's just kind of super duper bright and just like looks fake underneath the eyes. I find that this concealer never looks cakey. It blends so nicely. Claims to be waterproof, and I think it works really well. This is the foundation I took, foundation slash concealer I took when we went to Mexico, and I felt like it stayed pretty well while, you know, from swimming in the pool and swimming in the beach, and I felt like I didn't look as tired getting out. So the shades I use for this one is medium warm for my under eye, and then I use tan warm for all over my face. So as far as favorite tools, these have been my favorite makeup brushes. This one right here is the Morphe E31. This brush is a little bit bigger compared to a lot of flat top style brushes from other brands, and I just really like this because it's very, very dense. I like this both for liquid and powder foundations. I think it works really well, especially with powder foundations as well. I feel like it packs on coverage so much with this brush compared to the other flat style kabuki brushes that I own. Third brush right here, this one is the Morphe E8. It's like a bigger concealer brush, and this has been my favorite. This has been my favorite to basically blend in my concealer underneath the eyes. I don't know, I just really like it that it's big and fluffy. It's not very precise, but I don't really need to be precise when I'm blending in concealer underneath the eyes. I feel like I don't really need it. But when it comes to setting my powder, I really love this one. This one is the Sigma Bake Precision P89 brush. It's a small angled brush, and I feel like gets in really close to my under eye area. It feels like your pinky patting on your skin because of how it's angled, and I really like this brush. I'm kind of obsessed with this in setting my under eye area. It's a favorite beauty tool. I've been seeing a lot of ads on Facebook for like face brushes, so I've always been curious of how they feel. This brush was from the dollar store years ago, and it literally feels like a toothbrush and it hurts my face. I've never really kind of been interested in using like a facial brush tool, nor like using a Clarisonic. I feel like it's just a little bit more extra work, I guess. So I purchased this one from eBay. So it has a little ridge right here, and then it has a little scrubby right here. So I've been using this and I've been really enjoying it. I feel like my pores are a little bit cleaner looking, I guess, and it's really soft compared to the face brush that I bought like years ago from the Dollar Tree. This is like baby smooth. I found a similar one from Daiso. This guy is so smooth. I'm actually gonna try to see how this performs in applying foundation, because this is literally so soft, and it feels so nice once it touches your skin, and it has a little dangly thingamajigger so you can just keep it in the shower. So as far as face powder, my Bye Bye Pores by It Cosmetics is still my #1. This one is actually empty. I have a new one. It's in my vanity right now. It's still my favorite because I just feel like it blurs out pores so nicely, and I just love it as a setting powder. This past few months I've actually been trying out powder foundations, and out of all the ones that I've tried, this has been my favorite. This one is the It Cosmetics Your Skin Better CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder. I actually got this during the 21 Days of Beauty a few months ago. I believe it was like around April, so I got it when it was like $17, so pretty good value. I actually bought two, so I have a backup because I really like this on days when I really don't want to do anything. I just want to like put on something really quick, not even any concealer or anything like that, just something to even out my face. This has been so quick, it's very easy, it provides excellent coverage, and what really impressed me with this powder is the staying power. A lot of the face powder foundations that I've tried doesn't have the staying power compared to this guy right here. Now moving on to face products. This one right here I believe is the Lorac California palette. I keep referring to it as a California palette. It's probably not a California palette, but it's the blush palette from their California set. I purchased the Pirates of the Caribbean one, and I still don't know where it is. I haven't used that one, but this one I've used quite a bit, and my favorite shade out of this one is the one called Ray. It's a nice, really neutral, everyday color, which goes with any eye look you wear, and I absolutely love that. And I actually, every time I wear this blush, I usually just use the Sunlight highlight as well. It's a really nice kind of, it's a more subtle highlight, and it's golden, and it kind of goes with my skin too, so this has been a favorite of mine. Just to mention, one of them is in my makeup bag at work, so I'll just mention it's the Lorac Pro one in the cinematic, so I guess I'm on a Lorac kick with my blushes. But this one right here is the Lottie London Blush Crush in Drake. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been doing my Instagram stories on my hauls, and I hauled this a few weeks ago, and I figured the shade looked really light on the pan, but once it's applied on the skin, it's a whole nother story. This shade called Drake is like a really healthy neutral shade, but it looks really pink on the pan, but once it's on, it looks beautiful. It has little tiny shimmers, but it's not a shimmery blush whatsoever once you kind of blend it in with your brush, and it just gives you a really nice healthy flush. And I'm darker, I'm about like an NC42 right now, and this does not look like a baby pink blush on me. It looks like a really nice neutral shade, and I'm kind of obsessed with these. And then this other one right here is from Flower Beauty, and it's one of their flower pots. This one is just in peach primrose, so for smoky eye days or just pretty much every day, this blush is so gorgeous. The line has 4 colors of the blush pots. I'm only attracted to this one, and I really like it. It's pigmented, it lasts a good bit on the skin. I never had a problem with this fading, and I really enjoyed this. For my bronzer type product, this has been a favorite maybe for like the past 2 months. and I really like this product. I'm loving a lot of Lottie London products. It is available at Ulta if you're curious, and they're very inexpensive. This bronzer right here, I believe was $6.99 or $5.99. I have it in light medium, and I have the medium dark one, but I really love light medium. It gives me the nicest terracotta shade in the skin, and I love this for every day as a bronzer. So as far as favorite highlights, I have two right here. This one is a Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. I bought this right away when someone featured it on Instagram that it was available on Amazon for like $7.99, and this highlighter is so shiny. For a product that seemed cheaper and really shiny, I didn't think it'd have a really nice staying power. This one is, I was actually really surprised of how much I love this. It's very golden, so I'm not really sure how this would translate for someone who is a lot lighter than me, but for my skin tone it works really well. It's really shiny, and it actually lasts really long on the skin. It doesn't, and if you apply it with a nice highlighter brush, it doesn't like go all over the face, or it travels all over the face like fallout, because of, you know, how the product is. It actually just applies on where you put it. It stays right there, and it actually has a really nice staying power, and I'm definitely impressed with this product. So now moving on to eye area favorites, I'm gonna start with eyebrow favorites that I got from Daiso. I believe they could make good dupes for much more expensive products. This one right here reminds me of the It Cosmetics Universal Brow Pencil, and the applicator and the shade and everything reminds me of that. So this is such a good alternative. This one right here, this brown one, these don't have names, or they do have names, but they're in Japanese, and I don't read Japanese. But this one right here reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. It has the triangle shaped applicator on it, and it has the little spoolie at the end. I am not very like high maintenance when it comes to my brows. These products basically give me like the 2-second brow that I need for every day. So I basically just trace my eyebrows, blend it in, and they stay put all day, and I love that they're only $1.50. I have like 10 of these, and then I have like probably 20 of these because this is my favorite. This one is in dark brown. I believe they're both in dark brown, and they work really well with my brows. Now moving on to eye makeup. I have a lot of palettes here that I wanted to give a shout out to because they have been a favorite and they've been rotated for the past few months. The first one right here is the Pixie It's Judy Time eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette is so gorgeous. I just love these. This is a very neutral eyeshadow palette. It's gorgeous for every day, and the colors and the selection and everything blend together, and I just adore this palette, and I've rotated this palette on and off for the past few months. My next eyeshadow favorite is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I know this was a pain to get when they first released it. I was totally bummed out when this was first released because I was never able to get my hands on it, and it was like a limited edition palette, and now it's a permanent palette, so everyone can get it now. But I really love this palette. Out of my chocolate bars and everything, this is my favorite, and my particular favorite shade that I go to is Luscious and Caramelized. I really love those bronzy shades, and the blending colors of the palette are really nice, and I just like that it smells like peaches when you open it, and it just makes me happy. And this palette right here is a Baby Z palette that I made with Makeup Geek Cosmetics, and my favorite shade in this palette is called Penny Talk, and it's the perfect bronze eyeshadow. I have been obsessed with finding the perfect bronze eyeshadow, and this is my favorite one. I have one from ColourPop. I haven't used it as much as Penny Talk, and I feel like it's one of those eyeshadows that's like one and done. So basically you put it on your eyes, and then you blend some on your crease, and it looks like you have multiple shades that you've applied on your skin. I absolutely love Penny Talk, and this palette in general is well loved. I've featured this palette multiple times in my favorites video, so I'm not even gonna show you the rest of them, but Penny Talk by Makeup Geek is a standout shade. A few months ago, Coastal Scents came out with individual little refillable palettes that you can fill with their new blushes and then their hot pots. I have like almost all the shades of the Coastal Scents hot pots. They're like the OG like individual eyeshadow I collected because they're so cheap. They're like $1.99 and I love them. So this is my individual palette that I basically made. Individual blushes are pretty new to the line. I believe they just released them a few months ago, and I chose 4 shades. And out of the 4, this middle one right here is my favorite. This one right here is the Jouer Essential Matte and Shimmer Palette, and I love the quality of these shadows. These shadows are so impressive with their blendability. This is a palette I keep on my everyday drawer. It has the perfect blending shades that I want to reach for on a daily basis, and I just love the formula of these eyeshadows. And last palette but not the least is the Ulta Melissa Michelle eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette is so perfect. Look at this palette. This palette totally reflects, you know, how carefully she curated these colors. I love the eyeshadows, I love the blush, I love the highlight, I actually love the lip color. This palette offers you so much for $20, so I absolutely love this. As far as an eyeliner favorite, my favorite eyeliner favorite right now is from Cosmetics, and it's the brush tip one. It reminds me so much of the Kat Von D Trooper liner, and that one is my holy grail. This one is very, very similar to it. I feel like the brush of this is a little bit more fine compared to the Kat Von D one, but the formula is really nice. The brush is easy to work with. I actually bought a few other brush tip style liners. I bought the one from NYX, the Epic Ink liner one. It's okay. The formula is not as budge proof compared to Cosmetics or the Kat Von D one. And then I bought the one from Clinique. Same thing. I feel like the brush tip applicator is really nice. It's very precise. It's the formula that I always have a problem with, because I absolutely love the Kat Von D tattoo liner because it just doesn't move whatsoever. And then these ones, I just don't like these whatsoever. This one is the Sephora Classic Line Felt Tip Liner, and it has a really nice applicator. This one is just, it doesn't apply smoothly on the eyes. I just don't like this whatsoever. Formula wise, it just kind of smudges everywhere too. And then this one right here is from Milani, a Stay Put 17-hour liquid matte liner, and it's the same thing with the NYX and the Clinique one. It's not as long wearing compared to what I usually prefer and what I'm used to, so that's why they're not favorites right now. I have several liquid lip colors that I wanted to mention as a favorite, but this video is probably going to be so long, so I'm just going to post some swatches and just show you guys. The Jordana Sweet Cream and Cinnamon Toast is a really nice formula. It smells really sweet, and it's definitely a nice neutral color for every day. Lip color, I don't know how to say it, noisette, I'm not sure, but this is a really nice neutral everyday shade. These are really, really boring because my favorites are basically just really neutral shades I wear for every day, so no like crazy shade in here. So I'm just gonna breeze through them. Palladio Velvet Matte, this one's a really nice creamy formula. It's a liquid lipstick, but it's velvet matte. It's not one of those liquid lipsticks that are transfer proof. This will transfer, but it has really nice staying power. I love the formula. It's very moisturizing, and the color is really gorgeous for every day. Two lip colors that's been a staple in my purse. This one is number 47 from Rimmel, and then number 560 Raw Chocolate by Maybelline. Very, very pretty colors, especially this one from Rimmel. This is basically what I reach for when I'm driving and I need some color on my lips, and I don't even need to look in the mirror to make sure that it's not everywhere, and I feel like it just goes with my lip color very well. And then 2 shades of the Sephora Cream Lip Stains. I love the formula of the Sephora Creamy Lip Stains. I believe I have 7. And they're kind of like everywhere, so I have no idea where they are, so I need to gather all them. But this is my 2 favorite shades. I just need to try the other shades. I just haven't given the other shades a chance, but after I probably try those will probably be part of my favorites too. But so far, this has been my go-to, and I will write down their names on the bottom bar. So now moving on to my random favorites. This one right here is okay, this is my favorite Ipsy bag at the moment. I resubscribed to Ipsy like 5 months ago, and out of the bags that I've received, I love this one. I think it's so cute. It's the Melting Egg. I don't really know which character this is. I believe this is like an anime character or whatever, but it's so cute and it's just so adorable. This is my purse organizer right now, so definitely a favorite because it's such a nicely made pouch, and it fits a lot, so definitely a favorite of mine. Fragrance, it's been a while since I've added a new fragrance in my collection, and this is Victoria's Secret Love is Heavenly. It's a very, very like happy fragrance. I feel like every time I spray it, it just gives you like a nice spritz of happy. So I have two food favorites. I don't like regular peanut butter, but I love honey. So this one is the Bee's Knees from the Peanut Butter and Company. And this one is like peanut butter but sweeter. So if you like regular peanut butter, you might not like this, but this one is sweet peanut butter. And I've finished so many tubs of this. I actually have one I kept that's empty to show you guys, but then I really don't need to show you that. But this is so good. I put it on, this is my everyday breakfast on my bagel. It used to be just bagel and butter, but now it's bagel and the Bee's Knees peanut butter by the Peanut Butter Company. Okay, last of my random favorites is this cart right here. I call this my messy cart. I've been quite active on Instagram with like posting pictures and all that stuff, and I've been using my vanity for these pictures. So it's not a very big space, so I use this as my mess cart because every time I'm done with everything, I basically just dump everything in here. This one is from Michaels and it's the rose gold color. It's basically just a little trolley utility cart, and basically if I need to clear out my desk or if I need to clean, I just dump everything in here, and I love that it rolls so smoothly so it can be out of your way and you have basically like a clean slate. So I love this as my mess cart, and this has been a really great companion. As far as a book favorite for the month, but as far as a series of books that I was really excited about, Mary E. Pearson's Kiss of Deception series. I love that one. I love Colleen Hoover. I had a Colleen Hoover moment back in February. Like, I was very depressed because Colleen Hoover's books are, I wouldn't say they're sad, but they're very emotional. So I had a very Colleen Hoover month back in February. And then I discovered Sarah J. Maas, and I'm absolutely obsessed with her books. I read all the Throne of Glass series, and then her The Court of Thorns and Roses. I have a really young taste in books. I am not a grown-up whatsoever when it comes to my books, because I love my teeny bopper like fantasy books. So that's the kind I read. I love the dystopian novels. I love teeny bopper, and I think I just find them so entertaining. So that pretty much concludes my favorites video. If you've made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching. I have a little giveaway. I'm not even going to announce it anywhere. I will probably put it down on my Instagram on what my giveaway is, because I have some stuff that I need to kind of give away. I will link all the information down below if you made it to the very end. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you guys on my next video. Bye!